Hi, welcome back to another 90 Day Fiancé recap. We're going to talk about Love in Paradise Season 4, Episode 9. Now, I gotta admit, this episode was pretty slow, not much happened, so I have a feeling this is going to be a short, brief recap. So let's get right into it, and just letting you know, I did make another song with AI, and I'll have it in the end. You guys have been really enjoying these AI songs. I still get comments here and there telling me I did such a good job on this song. I have such a nice voice. I'm so talented. No, I did not write the song. I did not produce the song. It's all AI, okay? Let me make that clear, okay? I do not have that much talent. Now, without further ado, let's get into Love in Paradise recap. Let's start with Luke and Madeline. They're my favorite dumpster fire couple, but I gotta admit, not much has happened in this episode. Now, I can't really take them seriously because they're both in giant fur coats. They have their hoods on. They're looking real somber, real sad, real moody. It's just really hard to take them seriously. I'm like, are they acting? But they're not. But are they? But they're not. You know what I mean? So remember in the last episode, they got into that argument because his friend Brian said that he heard a rumor about Madeline that she slept with another guy in the same bed, and she was trying to explain that they were all drunk. It was a big party and they didn't do anything. She must have fallen asleep in the same bed, but nothing happened, and she had her clothes on. Like, she didn't have her shirt on, but by no means was she naked or topless or anything like that. So basically, Luke is like, why do you have another man at my apartment, the apartment that I pay for? That is so disrespectful. And she's annoyed because she was like, oh my God, we were drunk. It was nothing like that. I must have taken my shirt off because I was hot. I don't know, but I wasn't naked. Like it's not a big deal. Why are you making this into something that it's not?
But you did sleep in the same bed.
Yeah. I make a mistake sleeping in the same bed with a drunk guy, but I was not naked. I know cheating of Luke, and if he's love me, he should be trust me.
Now, I get both sides. I get why Luke is so upset and why he's having a hard time trusting her, because it's like, come on, if you heard that your boyfriend or girlfriend got drunk one night at a party and ended up in bed with another person, even though it's super innocent and nothing happened, you're gonna be a little worried. So I get where Luke is coming from, but I also understand Madeline's point of view and why she's frustrated that Luke is making this into something that it's not. But I feel like what really would have helped Luke calm down is if she were to sincerely apologize, and she will not apologize. At one point, they're at the table together having a drink, and he's like, are you going to say sorry? Like, can you tell me that you're sorry? And she's like, no. And he tells her, if I ever hear a rumor like this again, it's over. We're done. And Madeline doesn't care.
Say you're sorry.
For what?
For that rumor stemming from your decision. You're not sorry.
No.
She tells him, I'm not going to beg you to stay with me. Like, okay, if you want to stay with me, you're going to stay with me. And if you want to leave, then you're going to leave. And this frustrates Luke, so he gets up and he leaves. The next morning, Madeline is crying. She's sobbing, her eyes are red and swollen, and Luke goes up to her and he tries to talk to her, and she finally apologizes to him. Now, I don't know what made her apologize, but she was like, yeah, I am sorry, and like, you're the love of my life. And now that he got the sincere apology that he's always wanted, they kiss and make up.
I am so sorry how this looked like. You are everything I want. You is the only one man I want.
Finally, Madeline is taking responsibility for her behavior.
Moving on to Alex and Adriano. Now remember, Alex's cousin Tiffany is still there in Italy, and so she visits Alex, and she's very surprised that she's still with Adriano. Like, they haven't broken up, and she doesn't understand why, because one, Alex's faith is very important to her, and Adriano does not believe in God. So that's strike one. And strike two is he wants to have threesomes, and she does not want to do threesomes. So why are they together? So understandably, Tiffany is very confused, just like the rest of us. Tiffany goes, Alex, why are you still with him? And she goes, I don't know. We have our good moments, yada, yada, yada. Tiffany's like, okay, I need backup. So let's call our other relative, Tracy. So she gets Tracy on the line. Tracy does the same exact thing. She's like, why are you still with him? You need to break up with him. I don't understand what you're doing. And Alex reveals that apparently Adriano tried to convince Alex to have a threesome with the cousin Tiffany. As if that was going to persuade Alex into wanting to do a threesome, as if that was going to make her more comfortable to do a threesome with her cousin Tiffany? Is he crazy? Both Tiffany and Tracy are like, oh, hell no. Hell no. That is weird. That is weird. That is weird, period.
Basically, he said that he wouldn't mind having a threesome with me and Tiffany.
Girl,
Oh, hell no.
girl, that's not okay.
Later, Alex meets Adriano for a date, and Adriano decides to rent a very nice boat to go on this very romantic date. They're at a gorgeous location in the sea, and she's totally living in this fantasy La La Land because she says in her interview portion, she's like, people must think we look like a perfect couple. We're like aesthetically pleasing in this aesthetically gorgeous location. I mean, everything is true, right? If you look at them from the outside, and if they were posting these pictures on Instagram, right? This beautiful couple in a beautiful location, swimming in the ocean on a boat, you'd think, wow, this gorgeous couple, everything is so perfect about them. Hashtag couple goals, right? We see so many of those on Instagram. And she realizes this. And I don't know if that is what's keeping her going or keeping her in this relationship because it looks so perfect on paper on the outside.
And from the outside looking in, I'm sure we look like the perfect couple living a fantasy life. I'm on this beautiful yacht with this beautiful man. I feel like I'm in a movie right now.
But come on, girl, who cares? You're miserable inside. So Adriano takes a dip in the water, and then when he gets out, Alex confronts him and she's like, oh, by the way, I told my cousin Tiffany that you suggested that I ask her to join us in a threesome. And he's like, he kind of denies it. I feel like he was very embarrassed. He was taken aback that she said this in front of the cameras and now it puts him on the spot. So he was like, I didn't say that. I mean, I was just joking. It was obviously a joke. And she was like, no, I don't think this is a type of thing that you would joke about. And he was like, come on, she's not even my type. That was a joke. And Alex goes, why would you even say that then? Because it was a joke. No. I don't believe him. I feel like he was being absolutely serious. He thought that maybe bringing on her cousin Tiffany would make her more comfortable and persuade her into saying yes.
She's not really my type. I like you. I don't like her. And if I want to have a threesome, I want to have someone we pick together. Why are you shaking your head now?
I feel like he's just lying because he's trying to save his ass. But yeah, she got very upset. She got very emotional because I think it finally hit her that this relationship wasn't going to work, that she needed to break up with him. And so she tries to. She tells him, listen, I can't do this anymore. But then he's like, no, come on. And then he gets closer to her and he tries to be cute and extra affectionate. He's feeding her wine. He's caressing her. And she's like, no, I know what you're trying to do. Like, it's not going to work. And I guess he, I don't know. I think this definitely has happened before where she finally tries to break things off and then he backtracks and tries to get her back into the relationship just so that he can convince her again to do a threesome. And she wants to break the cycle. So I think she's being serious this time, hopefully. Because we see in the previews that she's really broken. I mean, she is sobbing. She is crying. So hopefully this is the end all be all. Moving on to Kyle and Anie. Now this scene was weird. Something was going on. I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know if it was the editing. Their conversation just kind of seemed a little choppy. Kyle was also creepily smiling constantly and I don't know, something was off. Now remember in the last episode, she wanted him to get her the morning after pill after they had unprotected schmex, and he said that he would get it for her, and then he came back without it because in his expert opinion, because apparently he went to medical school and he knows, she didn't need one because he's been tracking her ovulation cycle. So bizarre, so weird. So she's telling him, you're being so selfish. You don't care about me and what I feel and how I feel and blah, 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 what I want, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no, I do. And she's like, no, you don't. All you care is about impregnating women. That's all you want to do. And he's not really paying attention because his eyes are darting around and he's smiling here and there. And then all of a sudden he gets up from his seat and he grabs his phone and he's like, look, I have something to show you. And she's like, oh, what are you going to show me now? And he shows her his STD test results. And she's like, okay, what does this have to do with what I'm talking about now? And he says, well, this should prove to you that I'm responsible. And she goes, you're not doing this STD test for me. You're doing this so you can show other women that you're clean before you have schmex with them. And by the way, when was the last time you did it? And he goes, okay, so I have to be honest. I did do it a month ago in Norway, and then I did it like a week ago in the UK. And she goes, Kyle, you never told me that. Okay, I tell you everything, and you didn't tell me that. And he goes, no, you actually don't tell me everything. What about your ex? When was the last time you saw him? And she's like, oh, about that. Well, I did see him right before you came here. And then Kyle goes, did you guys hook up? And she goes, it's complicated. And then he goes, so that's a yes. I can tell by your face that you hooked up. And she goes, well, that's because you don't care about me. All you care about is your stupid donations. The entire conversation, I'm just like, what the hell is going on? She has an ex that she just forked right before he got to Malta. Like, what? What is going on? And also, how did he find out about this? I needed more context. I was so confused. So they're both forking other people, and Kyle thinks she cheated on him, but what he's doing is not cheating on her because he's doing it for the greater good. He's donating his sperm, and there's no emotional connection. Therefore, it's not cheating because what he's doing is a medical procedure. What? And then Anie goes, all right, this is all in the past, Kyle. I want to move forward. I need to know if you're going to stop donating. Because all you do, and I watch you, okay, Kyle? I see you all day on your phone obsessively looking for women who want donations. And I was like, ew, that's so telling that all Kyle does all day is he's glued to his phone looking for women. It's just so gross and so predatory and so gross. Then Anie goes, all right, then we're done. And then she gets up and walks away. And I feel like she actually means it. Like she's gonna break up with him. This is final because she is finally realizing that he is creepy.
Would you consider stop donating to all these women?
I don't think I can.
For me, it's over then.
Kyle acts like he's sad. He's like, this is the first time I've been open with my feelings and I don't know what to do. Like, I actually really like her, but I can't stop donating. My nonprofit is very important to me. Whatever. Moving on to Sean and Aaliyah. Now, Sean, I think it was his last night, so they're having dinner, and Aaliyah's feeling uneasy. There are so many things that she still wants to talk about, but she's afraid that he's going to shut her down, and now he's leaving tomorrow, and they still need to discuss a few things. So she ultimately agrees that he's allowed to be in an open relationship until she gets to America. And then once they're married, they have to be monogamous. And Sean agrees. He's like, okay, yeah, I can do that. Then Aaliyah says, so if you're hooking up with like someone you know that you're friends with, which he is, she tells him, I don't want them to be a part of our lives once I get there. I don't want to know who it is. I don't want to meet them. I don't want them in our home. And I don't want you to be friends with them because if you are friends with them, then I'm constantly going to be paranoid and worried about, like, are they forking or not?
I really don't like the idea the persons that you have sexual things was like persons that you be close, like friends. If you want to have that, I think should be with someone that they're not met, never.
And I totally understand. Like, I'm with Aaliyah. I totally agree with her. Like, I do not want someone you've been having an intimate relationship, like friends with benefits, while we were together once I'm there. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. So he was like, well, I don't know if I can do that because he's a dear friend and he's been in my life for a long time. And she's like, well, no, I can't do that. I don't want him in our lives, period. And Sean's like, well, I don't really know if I can do that because he's been a dear friend of mine for years. But Aaliyah's like, no, that's it. No, I don't want them a part of our lives.
If I let my fiancé have sex with other people while we are apart and not have sex with any friend or anyone that will be in our life, it's disrespectful.
And I have to agree with her. Then the next episode is the season finale. I can't believe this season is already over. How many episodes have we had? This is only episode 9. So damn, they really do only have 10 episodes. Now I want to know if they're gonna have a reunion or a tell-all. I really want them to, but I can't remember if Love in Paradise has one. I feel like they don't, which would be a bummer. I want to know what happened with all of the couples, really. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait until the next episode to see how these storylines and relationships wrap up. That's it for this recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. And for all my Patreon members, I should have the MILF Manor reaction and recap video up either tonight or tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!
Cal's got a hobby, he's a bit naive. Donating his sperm, he's got tricks up his sleeve. Thinks he's a charmer, but he's kind of a creep. And he's got blinders on, she don't see it deep. She's in love in paradise, completely unaware. While Kyle's busy spreading donations everywhere. Blind to the truth, she's wrapped in a lie. But you're better off, girl, time to say goodbye. Oh, oh, hey, run far away. Kyle's not the prize at the end of the day. Instant love's not the kind you need. Time to wake up and plant your own seed. He's got plans, but they ain't so grand. Should've seen the red flags all over the land. Thinks he's soft, but he's just out of touch. Wake up and he hates all too much. Well, you deserve so much more than this. Love in paradise is not a hit or miss. Kyle's always not good at all. It's time to stand up, don't let yourself fall. Oh, oh, hey, run far away. Kyle's not the prize at the end of the day. Instant love's not the kind you need. Time to wake up and plant your own seed. Oh, 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 you deserve so much more than this. Love in paradise is not a hit or miss. Kyle's always not good at all. It's time to stand up, don't let yourself fall. Oh.